First interlude, 10 years later, 2003. Dr. Gordon's office. Ooh. Copeland Land Psychiatry Services, Dr. Stewart speaking.
Hey there, Stewie. This is the esteemed Dr. Gordon calling from Manhattan. Glad I was able to reach you. Hey, the connection is kind of poor. What's that noise?
Sounds like a ghost in the machine.
That's still that ridiculous humor.
Hey, long time since we talked. A long time coming, Gordo. What a surprise. I thought you wrote me off back in the 80s.
Well, I remember you were fed up with me as well. I recall you desecrating my personal copy of the DSM Psychiatric Diagnostic Manual with graffiti. You wrote something unsavory.
Oh, you mean F off you see you next Tuesday.
Foster creativity. But when this pressure boils over, you can be left with a fatality. Take, for instance, the story of us coppers. We the Police, rock band, big last century. Formed by me, Stewart, Sting, and a guy named Henri. We brought in Summers to add some melodies. Hence it was murder amongst the band members, all casualties. Each one vying for creative input, our band became R.I.P. Brawling amongst the bandmates, anarchy. It's as easy to do as winning a Grammy. At first the songs were simple and punky. Roxanne got us some radio play. Then we honed our craft and kicked out 5 LPs. Whew, here comes the egos, and next the fray. Now you see you can only have so much creativity, only so much spark to ignite the flame. Otherwise things turn to Molotov cocktails, and everyone is burned up just the same. Hence it was murder amongst the band members, all casualties. Each one vying for creative input, our band became R.I.P. Brawling amongst us bandmates, anarchy. It's as easy to do as winning a Grammy.
Oh, you do remember. Well, time has passed. What can I do for you? Want to get the boys back together again?
Heavens, no. Actually, I wanted to make you aware that I've referred a patient on to you. Well, actually, a psychiatric colleague I've been treating for the past 10 years. Dr. Zen Mondada is moving from New York to Los Angeles. He needs more treatment.
Only get so far with your psychodynamic work, I suspect. Need some of my psychopharmacology expertise, I imagine.
Well, not exactly. The initial work on his common neurosis went well. He finished his psychiatric training and developed a modestly successful solo private practice in Manhattan, somewhat comparable, but of course less acclaimed than mine. To our surprise, things went amok after he married and started a family and gained some notice in the media. You might have seen him. He was part of the One World is Enough campaign for diversity in the clothing industry. His hairstyle was prominent as he grew out some dreadlocks.
Hey, I remember us doing something quite similar back in the day. Not dreadlocks, but remember how the three of us did that chewing gum commercial for some extra bucks? There we were, underpaid doctors in training, all living together in our crummy apartment across from the Penn Psych Institute. You, me, and Dr. Andrew. The job required all three of us to bleach our hair to give it a punk look. I still got peroxide effects remaining in my hair, and I still have a stockpile of chewing gum.
True. But back to my case presentation. Next came television appearances for Zen as a mental health expert, then his own syndicated show, Dr. Zen, Psychiatrist for the People. Well, the life as a media darling took its toll on his marriage and family life, even while his media career continued to flourish. So that brings us up to the present. At this time, he's in the process of moving to LA. Zen's got the major movie studios promoting him for a place up on the silver screen. Not sure his private life can hold up through all this, though.
So you want me to take over his care and assume his stimulant prescription to keep up his focus, and his sleeper med to keep him well rested through all these stressful days?
Stu, I think you're getting ahead of yourself. I haven't considered, let alone prescribed him psych meds. I'm still helping him work through his childhood issues of growing up with a hurting, preoccupied father, while looking for approval, for meaning in his romantic relationships. He finally found deep, meaningful love, but now even this seems to be unraveling. The usual death instinct / Thanatos phenomenon that men are so prone to.
Speak for yourself. For my patients, I catch them as they are starting to act out and get them on a low-dose serotonin / dopamine modulator and help them ride it out.
You can talk it over with him. I think he needs more of a traditional listening ear, with a sprinkling of interpretations and rare sage advice. Better to put the brakes on, better living through chemistry. It seemed there can be drawbacks to psychotropic overprescribing. Aren't there a lot of addiction problems out there in Tinseltown?
Oh, for sure, but same as everywhere. Here we have the usual suspects: coke and weed, weed and coke, booze, prescription pills. Anyways, thanks for the referral. I'm looking forward to taking the handoff and working with Dr. Zen. Who knows, maybe he can be bolstered here by the California sunshine. I can see his marriage mellowing out with the soothing ocean breezes.
Yes, Stu, I'll give you that. You always could give off those California good vibrations. Even back in the day. Making rounds in the psychiatric hospital with your tank top, gym shorts, and plimsolls. Oh, right, I mean tennis shoes. Let me know if you have any needs for me on the case. Take care, mate.
Oh, wow, a little sign of affection? Are you getting a little soft over time, Gordo? Or, from what I hear, maybe I need to refer to you as Stingo.
Don't press your luck. They didn't nickname me the Demolition Man in our psychiatric training class without good reason. I could still put a beat down and destroy all you inferior types. Anyway, ta-ta and cheerio.